Hey all, it's been a little over a month since the Realms of Pugmire crowdfunding campaign ended, and I wanted to give you an update of where things are at, and a lot's changed. I don't know if you can hear the lawnmowers outside, but that's because last time I was talking to you from Atlanta, Georgia, and this time Darby and I are now in London, England. Darby is settled in. She very much enjoys the cooler weather. She does not enjoy the rain as much, but you take the good with the bad. They're off with the smooth, as it were. But as we're sitting here, kind of settling into our new country of origin, things are still moving ahead with Realms of Pugmire. Both the core rulebook manuscript and the jumpstart are in the hands of editing right now. In fact, if all goes well, I should actually have the edits for the core rulebook back in my hands sometime later this month. So I can chance to kind of review those, and I'm planning to do kind of a top to bottom reread of that. The actual playtest data I got during the campaign was actually pretty light, which tells to me that the system's actually in pretty strong shape. There were a couple of comments that people didn't like what I did or didn't quite understand it, but it gave me a chance to kind of clarify and refine some things. But it'll now have been a couple of months since I've looked at it, so getting a chance to look at it with fresh eyes after the editing pass will be really helpful for me. Then, of course, naturally, we'll apply those to the Jumpstart. Separately, the tentatively named Tome of Monsters is in first drafts. We're working on new titles for that book. I have some ideas, but nothing I've committed to yet. But that's our big kind of book of monsters and enemies, a manual of monsters, if you will. And the writers have all been kicking around ideas and brainstorming, and some really cool, interesting ideas are coming out of that I think most guides will find really, really exciting and fun for their Realms of Pugmire games. And then on top of that, we are talking over kind of what we're doing next steps as far as the cats are concerned. That's the next area of focus. I have some ideas. I said some ideas of how we're going to move ahead originally, but I'm now double checking on those because I think it may have a more interesting path going forward. So once I have more information on that, I'll certainly keep you all informed. But just want to let you know, just because the crowdfunding campaign is over doesn't mean that things are radio silent, that nothing's moving ahead. There's a lot going on, and certainly as we have more concrete information, we'll make announcements in all of the appropriate places. But until then, see you soon.